Welcome to Gentle Yoga. Today we'll be focusing on our spine and our shoulders. Take a couple of deep breaths in, starting in a comfortable seated position. You need to blink your eyes open. Let's start to invite some movement, lifting the shoulders toward our ears. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Circle the shoulders back and down. Pause. Let's switch directions. Bring those circles forward and down. I'm not starting off intense. Make sure you're being gentle. We shouldn't hear anything grinding or rubbing. We're just a gentle movement. Okay. Let's bring those fingertips down toward the ground. We're going to reach the arms out in front and then turn the palms to face the ceiling as we continue to lift the hands toward the sky. Reach through the fingertips. You should feel our shoulder blades moving down the back. Begin to broaden your collarbones. And exhale, bring the arms down in front, palms facing the back of the room or the ground. We're going to reach the arms back. Now they're facing the back of the room. Good. Keep your collarbones broad, chest lifted. Good. Bring the arms back out in front, reach to those fingertips. Palms will face the ceiling. Inhale, rise the arms up. Bring the arms down in front, palms face the floor. Slowly reach the arms back. We're going to do this one more time. Let's bring the arms in front, palms up, reach. Think about shoulder blades moving back, chest opening, strong, stable shoulders. Hands in front, palms down, arms draw back. And we should really only feel the movement in our shoulders here. Really experience that movement. Don't bring that movement into your spine. We're really isolating here. Now that I just mentioned that, why don't we do that one more time? We'll just reach up, palms face back. Be present in your shoulders. Move it down and back. Feel the shoulder joint. And lower, fingertips coming down to the ground. So let's roll one shoulder back at a time. And come back to center. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Fingertips are going to reach toward the walls. We should feel our chest open. And we're reaching so hard that we should feel those shoulder blades sliding away from the midline. So we're not squeezing things back. We are reaching out to the sides. Let's create small circles moving backwards. For those of you who have taken my class before, I know you know where we're going with this. Bigger. This is one of your favorite things, our nice Slow arm circles. Good. Relax, relax. If you're getting any flipping, make those circles a little smaller. We're just warming things up, waking it up. We're going to go back toward our small circles. We should still be reaching toward the walls the whole time we're circling. Good. Keep your spine neutral. Let's come back to stillness. Reach through those fingertips. Shoulder blades are broadening across the back. All right. You bring circles back. You got to bring them forward. So we'll start small ones coming forward. Strong, stable shoulders. Close your eyes. Get in that joint. Feel that movement. Bigger circles. Getting bigger. So this is where you start to remember when I start doing shoulder circles, what we're doing. You should really feel those shoulders working for you. If you need a break, take one. Otherwise, hang in there. These are the biggest circles you can make here, and then we're going to start making them small again. All right, start winding your circles down. Doing small circles. We're not going to put them down quite yet. You've got one more reach. Reach through those fingertips. Woo. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow lower. We're not dropping the arms. We are slowly letting our fingertips move toward the ground. Whew. Shake it out. Wring it out. Wring it out like a dish rag. All right, fingertips toward the ground. Lift through the spine. Ear moves toward the shoulder, a gentle neck stretch. Look at how close your neck is to your shoulders. The muscles that come onto your neck also attach the bones that connect with your shoulders and the muscles of your arms. So if one area is tight, it's going to affect the other. Let's lift the chin slightly, opening up the front side of the neck. And let's bring the chin down in front of the shoulder. Keep the shoulder blades moving down the back. Come back through center. Ear to the other shoulder. Start lifting the chin slightly. You should feel a stretch on the front side of your neck. If you ever have any discomfort while stretching your neck, you're going to slowly ease back to a neutral position. You shouldn't feel pain as we're stretching the neck. There's a lot of nerves and blood vessels and sensitive areas of our neck, the discs in between our vertebrae. So we want to be very kind to our body. Let's bring the chin down in front of the shoulder. Pain is a signal that should be addressed. Come back to center, nice and slow. As we inhale, reach the arms back, chest lifts. Exhale, arms are going to come forward, clasping in front of the body, round your spine toward the back of the room. It's a seated cat-cow. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, spine rounds back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Find your rhythm. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, sit up tall. 1 more movement in the seated posture, and then we'll get up. But let's stretch out our legs. Give them a rest. When you bring them back, let's get a little movement in the ankles too. When you bring them back, switch the crossing of your leg. Okay, bring them back in. Fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, left arm reaches up toward the sky. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, open the arm, open the shoulder. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, reach and hold. Lift up tall as you inhale, switch sides, right arm lifts. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do 1 more inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale, rise up tall. Bring our hands onto the ground. We're going to move on to our hands and knees. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow on our hands and knees. Inhale. Chest moves forward. Arch the spine toward the ground. Exhale, round the spine. Chin comes toward the chest. Come back to neutral tabletop. From here, we're going to draw our belly button in toward our spine. And I want you to lift that right hand up and just tap your left shoulder with it. You're not going to be leaning from side to side. You really want to activate through your belly so that when you lift your right hand up, you're staying nice and flat. You should be able to have that glass of water on your back and it's not going to spill. So touch your shoulder, place the hand down and switch. The hand that's grounding is really pushing into the ground, using strength within the arm and the shoulder. We're activating our core here. If you're looking for a little extra, I know this is gentle yoga, but some of us come to gentle yoga ready to challenge ourselves a little bit. So We can hover the knees and switch the hands here, with the knees hovering off of the ground. That's a little bit more, that's a lot more difficult, to be honest. But if you feel like trying something today that you've never tried before, see where your limit is. See if you can do it. Maybe you can just tap one, and then you rest the knees down again, and then you lift up to get the other side. So just play. All right, bring those hands flat on the ground once again. We're going to use that same idea, but this time we're going to add a little rotation throughout the spine. So again, the hips are not leaning, but we are going to open up the chest out to the side. Right arm lifts up. Exhale, thread the needle. Don't go all the way down. We're going to inhale, reach back up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're going to hold. Lower the right shoulder down toward the ground. Make sure your head feels supported. You can use the left hand to keep all the pressure from resting on your neck and head. As you exhale, draw your belly button in. Press the left hand into the ground and then slowly begin to reach that right hand up toward the ceiling. Slowly lower it back down. Find your neutral tabletop. Other side, left arm reaches up. Thread the needle. We'll do this 3 times with the lift in between. 3rd time we'll hold. Push the right hand into the ground. Lift the left arm up toward the sky. And lower it back down toward the ground. We're going to reach the hands out in front. Sit the hips back toward the heels, but don't rest the hips on the heels. We're going to just lengthen the hips back. Should feel a nice stretch on the shoulders. You can always walk your hands forward a little bit more if the hips get very close to the knees. To the heels. We'll move down to child's pose in a minute, but first we're taking puppy pose. So our forehead is resting on the ground. We should feel a nice stretch throughout our shoulders. Think downward facing dog with your head on the ground. So this is an option for downward dog in any class that we take. We can take a yoga class that does down dogs and take this position every time, especially if we feel discomfort on our wrists or in our back when we do the downward facing dog. You can bring the hands to palms facing one another and then bend the elbows back toward the neck. Then stay here or let your hips move back toward the heels, sitting in child's pose. On your next inhale, walk yourself forward. We're going to come back onto our hands and knees. And then move on to the hips. We're going to come to a staff position here. So if in your staff position you feel the low back is pulling you, you can't sit upright comfortably, just get a little cushion underneath your hips. And this will help with that. If you're high on a cushion, you might need some support underneath the knees too, especially if you tend to overextend here. We're going to work on that core strength by sitting in the staff pose as we do our next couple of shoulder movements. Let's reach our arms out in front. Right arm is crossing over left. Hug the arms around the body. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep your belly button drawing in so that we can sit up tall. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can start to lean forward, moving toward a forward fold. Let the back round, bringing the elbows toward the thighs. When our folds, we want to think like downward facing dog. Sit bones, the bottom points of the hip, are moving toward the wall behind us so we can get rotation in our pelvis. This will stretch our hamstrings and keep the fold from coming only from our low back. Inhale, rise, lift your head and chest, belly button draws in all the way up. Let's bring our hands out to the side, arms out to the side, palms are facing back. We're going to lean back onto our fingertips. You can place the hands down if you'd like. If it's comfortable for you, fingertips can point back toward the hips. If that's not comfortable, feel free to open fingertips toward the outer edges of the mat a little bit. But if you can, internally rotate the shoulders, lift the chest, keep the head chin tucked in, or look up toward the sky. Sit up tall. Bring the arms out in front. Left crosses over the right. Arms wrapping around. Fold into the hip crease. Then let the back round. Release the arms, hands come behind the back. You're using blocks if your cushion's really high to lift the ground up toward you. Lift the chest. Good. Try not to bring those hands super far back. You don't want to create too intense of a stretch on the wrist here. And come back up. Good. We're going to take our third fold into our staff position. So this time we're going to try something a little different. We talked about bringing those sit bones back. I'm going to have you lean from side to side. Think about folding into this hip crease and drawing your sit bone back. Good. You can always bring your hands to your hips and try and feel those hip bones pinching your fingers. And then once you lower down as far as you can with that spine in a neutral position, you can let gravity take you the rest of the way. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Bring your fingertips back by your hips. Gently press your fingertips in the ground to create a little bit more length in your spine. Draw out your belly button and trying to reach your head toward your feet. And then relax yourself down into your stretch one more time. 5 slow, deep breaths here. Inhale, slowly lift up. Okay. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to either side of the hips. You can be on the fingertips. We're going to just encourage the hips opening by rolling the shins toward the ground and press the bottom of your feet together. Make sure you're not doing anything funky with your fingertips because you're so focused on your legs. So flat hands is the best. If you need a little support underneath the hands to lift the ground up, go ahead. But try not to overextend those fingertips. Press those bottom of your feet together again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep the right knee in. Left leg is going to bend forward. We're going to turn our torso so that the side of our body lines up with our left leg. Inhale, lift up tall through the crown of the head. Hinge in that hip crease of the left leg. And then reach your right hand toward the sky. Open up into a side bend. We're going to take our right palm and try and turn it toward the wall that's behind our back. Inhale, rise up. We're going to switch legs. Right leg moves out, left knee comes to a bent position. We're going to turn the torso to line up with our right leg. Lift the left hand, hinge, and reach. palm faces the back of the room. Inhale, sit up tall. Let's stretch both legs out in front. We're going to lower onto our back. Knees are going to be bent. We're going to reach the arms up toward the sky. Cross your right over your left, then bend the elbows. The back of the hands will touch one another. If you have the mobility, you can give yourself a high five and leave the hands connected palm to palm. While we're laying on our back, I want you to think about keeping the spine in a neutral position. So that means a little space between your low back and the ground. But we're not really overarching, lifting into a big space there. Let's take the arms and draw circles, 3 in each direction. And switch. Cross your right knee over your left. And then lift the legs. Thighs will come perpendicular with the ground. Calves are parallel. Flex the feet. So as we lay here, we're mimicking our eagle balance posture, which we can do on the ground. But any posture that we can do standing up, we can also do laying down, right? So you can stay here and continue to firm through your abdominals, belly button drawing in. This takes some core strength here. Or if you want to, you can try and reach your knees toward your elbows. Maybe just do like 3 of those. Wake up your core, draw the belly button in, relax onto your back. And relax the feet down to the ground. We're going to bring it up again. This time left arm crosses over top, bend the elbows. Give yourself a high five. We'll take 3 circles in each direction. Come back to center. Left leg crosses over the right this time. Lift the feet off the ground, flex the feet. This is a lot of work here. Stay here, breathe it out. If you're looking for that little extra, knees and elbows can come together 3 times. Try and get your shoulder blades lifted off the ground if you can. And remember, belly button is drawing in. Come to lay on your back. We're going to hold this for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower back down. Whew, that was a lot of work. Good. Roll the wrists out. All right. Shake the hands. We're going to bring our hands out into cactus position. It's going to be our last movement for our shoulders before we start winding things down. Okay. Fingertips are pointing up toward the sky. We're going to lower the back of our hands toward the ground. Slide the arms along the ground, reaching up. And then we're going to bend the elbows, come back to cactus position. Palms are going to move down toward the ground. And then slide the arms along the ground. Good, let's come back up. Reach up. Bend the elbows, cactus position, palms move down, reach it down. Do that a couple more times on your own. Next time you reach the arms up, hold here. And then slowly bring the arms back down to a cactus position or a T position. We're going to bring the knees in toward the belly, gently rock side to side. Lower your knees over to the right, or you can place the feet down first and take a smaller twist. So see what feels good for you. We're going to rest here for 5 deep breaths. Slowly bring the legs back through center. And move into your twist on the other side. Slowly bring the legs back through center. We're going to grab hold of our shins. Take another rock from side to side. Finish up class. We'll take one more stretch, our happy baby pose. You can do this by bringing the bottoms of the feet to face the ceiling and grabbing onto our ankles or the outer edges of our feet. Thighs are on either side of the torso. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. Focus on your breathing. Accept the body wherever it is right now. No judgment. Just enjoy. After 5 breaths, make your way onto your back. So for some of us, that's going to look like a knees bent position. Others of us may like our legs straightened out. Some of us will like straight legs, so with a roll or a bolster, a blanket underneath the knee. Let your palms rotate to face the sky and then bring the arms a little further away from the side of your body. Let your shoulders relax onto the ground. Thank your body for all it allowed you to do in our practice today. Thank you for taking the time for yourself to move your body, to use your body. Relax any tension from your face, from the shoulders, from the arms and hands. Relax any tension from the neck, back, ribs. Relax your hips, your legs, and your feet. If those thoughts start coming in saying, you need to do this today, think about this. We're going to take those thoughts, we're going to put them in a little box. We'll pick them up when we're done. Right now, we are practicing our focus. So when your mind begins to wander, use the discipline of a practice in bringing your attention back to your breathing. Don't give up just because the mind keeps going somewhere. It's a practice. We need to work on our focus, our concentration. There might be noise outside. There's noise outside of my house right now. I don't know if you can hear, but let it be there. Bring yourself back to your breath. Allow everything else to be as it is. Focus on what you need to focus on right now, your breathing. There's going to be challenges that come up, things that want to take your attention away, to make you feel something, to make you want to do something. We are letting those go. Focus on your breath. Breath is the anchor. It is the reset button. If we can come back to our breath in our practice here, it is easier for us to come back to our breath when we are off of our mat. Finding that reset, not letting things take us away with emotion, distraction. We will be focused, breathing, relaxing, coming to this place of peace, of stillness. Let's take 3 more breaths in this place. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing awareness back into your body. When you're ready, roll onto your side. Come up to seated. Some days we will find our practice challenging more than others. Sometimes it's because of the physical things we're feeling. Sometimes it's that distraction within our mind, and sometimes it's the distractions that we can't control around us. But today we overcame those challenges. Thank you for making time for yourself today to challenge yourself, to bring peace into your body. Thank you. Namaste.